Jarrod here with a very special guest on the couch for Reds TV. Round 4 of the Hyundai A-League. And, well, this is just such a blessing. Captain of your Adelaide United, Eugene Galekovic. Huge, thank you very much for taking the time to have a chat.
Thanks for having me.
Now, this is what we're doing this season. I'm going to talk about the last home game that we had on Sunday, a victory against Perth Glory. We'll talk about the upcoming games against Melbourne City and also Sydney FC at home. All the details about your ticketing on the screen right now. I can describe especially that first half against Perth on the weekend. Some of the most beautiful football I've seen from Adelaide United ever. Just I guess the teamwork, the way the ball was moved around, and I guess the patience from the players. Did you guys walk away and feel something similar?
Yeah, definitely. The first half was really good, confident on the ball. Second half, I think we were a little bit sloppy, losing possession and all that, but all in all, I think we deserved 3 points.
Coach Josep Gombau came out at the end of the game and said it's fantastic to get points so early in the season, but it's not something to get carried away with because it is a long season and results can change really quickly. Now, if we look back to last season, it wasn't that similar. It took a bit of time for the team to gel. But there's no denying that points are important at this time of year, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Like you said, last year wasn't too good and we had to play catch-up all season. Lucky enough, we made the finals, but if we started well last season, we probably would have finished, probably definitely a top 4 and have a home final. So, we made amends this year. We started off all right. It's only been 3 games, so we don't want to get too carried away. But, another win on Friday night, then, we're heading in the right direction.
Something I loved seeing over the weekend was with the short turnaround time from the FFA Cup win against Sydney, we had Bruce Jete who was injured, but other players stood up. Like Therio was fantastic, but new faces like Craig Goodwin, I think it's the best game I've seen him play in his short time at Adelaide United. So when other players may be a little bit tired, injured or fatigued, other men can stand up and play their role and lead the side.
Yeah, we've got some great players this year, and a lot of them are in form and doing well. Like you said, Didio, Issa's on the ball, quality. Marcello's been great. So our whole midfield, and our whole team's doing well. And like you said, Goody's come in, the last probably a few weeks of pre-season, and he's got the gist of things, and he's really good for us as well.
I wanted to ask you before we go to social media questions about the depth of the goalkeepers at Adelaide United, because it seems that over the past few seasons we have been blessed with so many talented goalkeepers. If you look at players who have left the club like Mark Viragidi, but also Izzo doing his national representation and John Hall doing amazing things as well. So what is it about Adelaide and attracting so many talented goalkeepers?
Yeah, you're right. I think, we had obviously Beltrami and Beige who were good goalkeepers, and Viragidi doing well in Newcastle, and now we've got 2 young boys as well, and it's going to be credit to obviously the keeper coach who's making us better and showing what we can do, and he's been here a long time, and definitely our goalkeepers have been standouts, and hopefully our young ones go on to bigger and better things as well, like Mark Viragidi has.
Now the game on Friday night against Melbourne City, it's going to be an interesting encounter because there's so much hype around the team, not just having David Villa and Damien Duff and some other new faces there, but the team in itself. They're going to have a pretty big home crowd. If we watched the derby a few weeks ago and also the game before that, they're attracting a lot of attention. So how do you feel going into a game like that? I mean, you're going to be playing against this side that at the moment the whole of Australia is looking at because they expect results.
Yeah, it's always good to play in big games. They're getting decent crowds now because of David Villa and the changeover to City. So hopefully a big crowd come along, and it's always a good football pitch, Amy Park, and we've always done well there. So hopefully we can spoil their party and go away there with 3 points. That's our aim, and obviously that's their aim as well, playing at home. But we know we can beat them, and hopefully on the day we produce what we know we can produce.
I'm here on the couch, on the pitch with club captain Eugene Galekovic, and of course you can always ask us social media questions. We're going to get to that in a second, but we do want to see you at Cooper Stadium for our game against Sydney FC in a couple of Fridays. Friday night football, and it is going to be a massive game, and the red chairs look absolutely sensational. So stick around, social media questions next. Welcome back to the pitch, it is Jarrod here, looking forward to Friday night's game against Melbourne City, then our next home game against Sydney FC, Friday night football at Cooper Stadium as well, in the lovely red seats. Huge. Just something I want to ask about Cooper Stadium and the game against Perth Glory. Something I really loved, and I've spoken to the Red Army about this. They seemed louder, and I think the crowd on Sunday were louder because they're starting to embrace how hard the Red Army works in getting the crowd going. Did you feel that when you were standing in the goals?
Yeah, they've been great. From day one I've been here, they've been really loud, and it's really good to have their support, and hopefully they keep doing what they're doing and supporting us. Awesome.
Okay, so this is social media questions we ask on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat and all these things for people to ask questions. Last week, when I had Ben Warland on the couch, that was some of the worst questions we've ever seen, like about his toenails and him picking up chips and all that. Anyway, these ones are great today. Okay, so on Facebook, Jason Cavey wants to know who is the goalkeeper that you would most likely, you'd most like to emulate?
Right now, probably the German number one, Neuer. I think his whole game is very good in terms of shot stopping with the ball at his feet, crosses. Yeah, his whole game is just top notch, and if I could be like him, 10% of him, then it'd be amazing.
How long do you reckon you can keep going for? Because I find it fascinating having a look at some of the best goalkeepers in the world. And I'm not saying you're old, but I'm also saying you're not very young. But it's something where you see Mark Schwarzer, for example, he can still perform at the top level, and he's over with Chelsea at the moment. So it must give you a lot of confidence. You're injury-free all the time, so you almost got taken out on the weekend. I thought you were dead for a second, but he's alive. It's okay. You reckon you can keep going for a while?
Yeah, I think so. I think, obviously, like you said, it depends on injuries and stuff like that. I think as you get older, you have to, worry more about your prehab, your rehab, and looking after your body. And I think, these goalkeepers that are in their, late 30s or early 40s, they do that. They watch what they eat as well, and they do all those 1%ers. And, if I could do that and keep injury-free, then why not? I think I can go a few more years.
What is prehab?
That's like preventing an injury.
Oh, see, we're learning here. Okay, sorry, I got a bit sidetracked. Facebook, Lachlan Williams, what is your pre-game pep talk like?
I'm not sure. I probably have to ask the boys that. To be honest, I'm not sure.
Do you get aggressive and start looking people in the eye and say, "Get in game mode right now! Cam Watson, fire up! Awa, stop missing goals right in front!" Something like that.
Yeah, during the game I'm probably louder, but obviously pre-game I'm probably a bit more quieter. But in terms of instructions during the game, I think I'm a lot louder than my pre-game stuff.
I think one of the most fascinating experiences I've had this season is the FFA Cup game we had against Brisbane, where there weren't many people at Coopers, which means you could hear the amount of talk that happens on the field, and it was fantastic. It all started from you, but when you're at a packed house, it's hard to hear, but so much talk and leadership, not just from yourself, but from every player. It needs to happen, because if you've got a fast winger and you're a fullback, they could quickly be off like Therio was on the weekend.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what's good about our team. I think we have enough experienced boys and enough leaders in the team to help out and do their job as well. So it makes life a lot easier on myself and the coach and the older boys. So it's good. Fantastic.
Okay, Jordan Smith, what is your most memorable moment at Adelaide United?
Most memorable moment? Probably being involved in the FIFA World Club Cup in Japan. I think we qualified for making the grand final in the ACL, and we got to go to Japan for 10 days, and we were treated like, all the players were treated like kings, and looked after really well, and played some big games as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, on Instagram as well, Jed Gauchi, I think, when the other team scores, do you think about it or react to it?
I'm not sure. I think, I'm not sure. I think obviously it happens so quick that you don't really have time to think where it went wrong. Obviously, the last play or the last ball, but in terms of where it went wrong early in the piece, you're not quite sure. But you try to forget about it as quick as possible.
Some goalkeepers look around for someone to yell at, I reckon. They just find the nearest person and just scream at them, and then they realise why they're screaming at them.
Yeah, try to be more constructive.
Yeah. Okay, finally, Cooper_Liverpool. How does it feel to keep for Australia?
It's a real honour.
No, it's horrible. I hate it. Boo, Australia. Sorry. Sorry.
No, it's a great experience, and always love walking on the ground and listening to the anthem and represent my country.
Awesome. Okay, so this is Eugene Galekovic, and he's the captain of your Adelaide United. At the end of this, he's going to sign the Adelaide United playing shirt. We have that to give away at the end of the season, and of course, you can always ask social media questions. I have a bit of a laugh, but we really do appreciate your input as well. You can do it on YouTube, like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatevs, mate. We will see you at the Sydney game, our next home game. Details right here. Have a look. Bang. Okay, and let's go to additional time. Welcome back. Sorry, I was just looking at my piece of paper. It is Jarrod here on the pitch. Eugene Galekovic, captain of your Adelaide United. Sign up for a membership. Details below right now. And please, we will see you at Cooper Stadium for our next home game against Sydney. But if you are heading over to Melbourne or you want to watch it on television, the game against Melbourne City, massive game. So, Huge, this is additional time. I ask lots of questions and you just answer as quick as you can. You ready to go?
Yeah, no worries.
You enjoying it so far?
Oh, good, yeah.
I feel like with royalty, man. With the captain last week, I was with Ben Warland. I didn't even know who he was, but now I'm with the captain. Okay, here we go. Additional time. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, I wrote this question. If you weren't keeper, what position do you think you'd love to be playing?
Striker.
Of course, I've noticed that a lot of your teammates playing FIFA, Elsie and Tarek Elrich have FIFA and they've put themselves as striker.
Oh, yeah, scored the goals.
Yeah, but what, Tarek last week had 2 chances and he missed. And
you can make 10 mistakes and be the hero.
Okay, number 3. Do you secretly want to run up during a corner and score a goal?
Not really. Yeah, last minute, if we're losing, I don't mind going up.
Have you thought about what your celebration would be?
I don't know, I'd go berserk, I think.
Yeah, it's wonderful. How's this? I don't know if you know this. Looking you up on Google, right? So if you type your name into Google, 4 options come up, okay? This is legit, so you don't have to answer. I just wanted to tell you. The first one is just your name. Secondly, Eugene Galekovic salary. Third one, Eugene Galekovic wife, which means heaps of people are seeing if you're married because you're a good-looking man. And then Eugene Galekovic Twitter. Do you have a Twitter?
No, I don't.
You don't. But you have Instagram, don't you?
Yeah, I don't really use it, but yeah, I've got it.
Okay, fair enough. You just got it to look at people. That's what I do anyway. Why aren't you on Twitter?
I'm not sure. I just never got it, and I don't really use any of that. When I do, I don't. I might go on it once a week. So.
Yeah. Have you seen Nigel Bogart's? Nigel Bogart posts the worst and most boring things. Yeah. So you're better not having one. Just finally, Huge. Okay. So 3 teammates. You have to hug one of them, scream one of them, and laugh with one of them. Who are you going to hug?
Cass.
Okay. Who are you going to scream at?
Awa.
Yeah, fantastic. As I was made worldwide news. But, it's all those people bagging Awa. He scored a cracker and played really well on the weekend, so shut up. And you have to laugh with the teammate.
Laugh, Ferreira.
Yeah, okay, I like that. Hey, Huge, thank you very much for hanging out with me. Now, we've got to take a selfie. Where's my phone? Here it is. All right. Now, we're just going to put this up on all forms of social media. People love this stuff, mate. I just got to press the right button. Come on, Jarrod. Sorry. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, I think I took a fair few then. And, mate, you're going to sign the playing shirt for us. I do need to remind you once again, details about going to the Sydney FC game, Friday night football, the bottom of the screen. Please share this video on all forms of social media. Then you will go in the running to get this signed playing shirt. Mate, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you on the pitch.
Thanks,
thank you very much. Good luck against Melbourne City. And then also leading into more FFA Cup games as well. There's a fair bit going on. I don't know how you do it, but keep doing what you're doing, man. You're leading the team brilliantly, and we wish you all the success in the world. So thank you.
Thanks for having me. Cheers.
I love everyone, including you, and you, and you. All right, it's out.